Paul, if you'd just like to stay at the lectern, but we're just a little bit different on this. I've got a few questions I want to ask you, so I know you've got some slides to talk through as well. But we've heard about some of the, from our other guests, about some of the theory behind this. I guess you're involved in the theory, but there's going to be some practical outputs as well, because you're actually going to enter a team. Is that correct?
That's right. We're entering a team in the race this June. Kingston runs courses in motorcycle engineering and motorsport engineering. We've also been involved in a number of projects related to alternative fuel vehicles, and it just seemed a natural synergy to put the two together and get the students involved in actually producing a vehicle that can complete the course.
Okay, and I think you've already sort of started some work, obviously 10 months or so, 9 months or so to go. What are you working on now?
Well, less than 10 months for us. We're looking at getting a completed bike for testing in January. We've currently had one of our students in the design school, Dan Rawlings, has very kindly done a rendered image for us of what the bike is going to look like visually based around the specification we gave him.
I think we can see that on the screens now. There you go.
So that's a rendered image.
It won't look like that when it goes out there. You're just trying to get us all excited and heartbeat going.
There'll be 2 wheels and a handlebar.
Well, yeah, okay. But seriously, how far off is that what we might actually see on the start line?
There are packaging issues that we've got to get round at the moment, and part of that's going to be dictated by what we can actually source in the way of the drivetrain and the power source for it. Currently we're looking at the electric side because we're looking at getting a vehicle ready by January. The development time has precluded us from looking at some other solutions to the problem, but it hasn't precluded us from looking at them in the future. So for the 2010 event, it's unlikely we'd run an electric vehicle. We'd run something that's very different, but we'd have the development time to get that ready for the race.
All right. Now, I don't want to give too much away because you may have rivals in the audience already, but a bit of the stats on this. You reckon you're going to have 70 miles an hour plus? What's that, 71 or 90? What is that going to be?
In excess of 70 miles an hour is what we've done for the design specification.
Okay. And do you know, this might be a sort of unfair question, but do you know where you fit in the sort of the mix at the moment? Do you think you're leading the market innovation in this, or is there other universities and other teams who are as close as you to getting that January test going?
I think we're probably leading where we are in terms of the development of the bike for the universities. Leading in the technology development, probably not, because there's not enough time to do that. So a lot of what we're doing is looking at improving on current systems rather than developing something from scratch. But certainly the team that we have working on it, and when the students come back for the next academic year, end of September, we will have another bunch of young engineers with fresh ideas that can hopefully shed some light on some of the areas that we need improving.
So you've actually done some work previously. I think the next slide that we've got is some of the work that you've already done, and clearly this is real bikes in action. This isn't rendered.
Yeah, these are regular gasoline bikes, but it just shows some of the areas Kingston has been involved with. We've been running motorcycle engineering courses for about 8 years now, and the students running the racing team for about 6 years. So the bikes you saw there previously were bikes that students set up and develop, and they go racing at a national series, the Supersport 600. The best place we've had so far is 3rd overall in the championship, and that's all down to the students' efforts.
So this is, sorry, can we just go back one slide, guys? You mind? So this is maybe less innovative in terms of the still using a petrol engine, but looking at other innovation around, as it says here, different sort of suspensions and steering systems. Is that
yes, there's a couple of slides here of previous student projects. So this is a project that a student did from scratch. So you've got the concept sketches in the top left-hand corner and the actual product that he's produced in the bottom right-hand corner. So that's 1 year's work for one student. So if we can get one student doing that within a year, we feel very confident that we can produce a bike that will be on the podium
and
in the TT race.
The next slide, which I sort of cut off at its prime, but what's this here?
That's another bike. It was a student that was very keen to put together a bike that looked like a retro CAF racer, but had all the modern components. And again, a student project that he completed within the year, and you can see the finished product at the end.
So if I was a gambling man, should I be investing my... I'm from near Kingston, so that's good.
Yes.
Should I be investing my hard-earned pennies in you to be crossing the finishing line first in June next year?
I think you and many others should be. So if anybody is keen to help with the Kingston effort and wants to be involved with Kingston, we're seeking sponsorship at the moment. Please come and see me, and we can talk about potential possibilities.
I couldn't have lined that up for you any better, could I, to be fair? Okay, well, on behalf of everybody here, and if you take the message back to your students, that we wish them all the very best, and I hope the testing through the winter goes well. And I'm sounding a bit like Murray Walker here, aren't I? The testing through the winter goes well, and that we do see you certainly setting some pace around that course.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Paul.